Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share a layout that I created using my May 2020 Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit. Now this one I chose a sketch from Pinterest again. I've been doing that a lot this month. I haven't used my Pinterest boards in a while, so it felt good to actually go on there and find something to inspire me. Anywho, so here I've got a couple of sheets of paper that I'm starting off with, and I'm tearing them. Which is not normal for me. I don't typically tear things, only because I don't always like the feel of it. But I decided that's what I was going to do with this layout, and I really like how it turned out. I think the original sketch was one from Missy Whidden. And so, hers is full of mixed media and tearing and all kinds of things. So that made me feel good that I was able to be inspired by her when I normally would not be, because she is so heavy into mixed media. So here I'm just trying to get my placement down with the torn papers and make sure I have it just exactly where I want it before I trim that down. The one papers are a little bit longer than the other, and so I have to get them all situated before I cut them all off. Excuse me. So I decided that it was a little bit too long and would hang down too far on the paper, and you wouldn't be able to see as much polka dot with as much black as I had at the top. So I opted to cut a little bit of that black paper off, and that's a scrap from a previous layout, and it has Today all over it. And so is the scrap with the eyeglasses. I have used that on at least one other layout, and so I have a scrap of that left, and I'm finally able to use it here. So I finally get that trimmed down, and I'm happy with how that looks, and I'm going to go through and pull in something to go along with this to sort of give it that mixed media feel, and I wasn't going to do as much as I did. I've pulled in a leftover package, and I'm doing the package smoosh technique where it goes down. That is a color that is called wheat beer, and it is one of the first liquid mists that I had in my stash. When Tattered Angels first came out with these, I had gotten a couple in gift bags when I went to retreats. I never went out and purchased any for myself. And so here I'm using one called Rum Punch. And it is also a Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. And then I'm also going to shake around some Heidi Swapp Color Shine called Tinsel. And it is a silvery gray color. And I think it just pops off the page really well. And even though it has a lot of gold tones to the background papers and some of the embellishments that I use, I still like how this silvery color, silverish gray color, highlights the background. For some reason, to me, it blends well with the word today on that one background paper. And if you guys know me, you know this is not a simple task for me. I do not typically get messy or like anything that is super messy. And so this is a big deal. It may not be to most people, but to me, it really is. I'm having fun with it. It's not that I mind doing it. It's just I really don't like messy stuff too much. So yeah, it works out okay. And of course, I don't give the paper time to dry. I just keep going. And it has buckled quite significantly on the finished layout, but that's okay. Once it goes into a sleeve protector, page protector, I think it'll be fine. So the photo is of myself, and I am at work when I was still working as a house supervisor in an administrative position in nursing. And so because I'm sitting in my office and I'm right beside a big window, I felt like I had great light. And I think it was early morning light, like when the sun's first coming up. I can't remember if I was working a night shift or a day shift, but I love how that light, it's just a good picture of me. The light really makes me pop in that photo. That is a scrap of paper that I pull in, and I think it may be an old Bo Bunny, but it's got shades of turquoise and goldish green. Does that make sense? Maybe a citrion green. And so I'm going to go through and punch out this title that says Beautiful You, and I'm thinking about using it, but then I opt not to, so it goes by the wayside. I think what really triggered me not to use it was the fact that it had a white edge to it, and I did it with a stitched die, so if I cut that white off, it's going to look funny. And so I have the word today, and it's a die cut from the die cut pack that I had added in to my original kit. And so that is, I'm going to pop it up, and that is going to be my title, and it'll fit right down below the photo. And that's, I think, in Missy Whidden's inspiration layout that I chose. I think that's where her title is. I may be completely off base with it, but I think that may be it. So I'm just going through my sticker sheets and everything that I have and deciding if there's something else that I want to use. I'm thinking about using that piece again. I've tried to use it on a couple of different layouts now, and it's just not worked very well. And so I put it back into my stash. I pull in those washi strips again, and I love being able to use those. It makes me really happy. And I save the littlest pieces sometimes. I know you guys think I'm nuts for doing that, but you'll see here in just a minute why I do that. I'm going to put that up across the top and again, save a little piece. And you'll see when I pull in another sheet, I have a tiny little polka dot piece. Boom, I'm getting it used. I was going to initially use it there, and then I thought, no, I need a third embellishment cluster, and I think her layout had one over to the side. And so that is really going to be the inspiration for my cluster on that side. And I'm thinking, where am I going to use this so that the word love shows? And it's like, I don't know, I'm not really happy with it, so I'm looking at other options. And so I pick out this little die cut piece that says every day. And so I've got the word hello now. And, I'm just looking through there to see if there's something else that I want to use. I'm going through my labels. Missy Whidden had tons of labels on her page, and I'm going to use a few. I think, 3 I'm going to use to each embellishment cluster, so I don't go super crazy with labels. I'm going to pop that phrase every day up, and I'm just going to go right over the top of that label. I'll leave a portion of it showing, so you get the feel of the gold rim label. And it's okay that there are bright white touches along with the off-white background. I think it all balances out by the time I get all of my embellishments down. And I'm going to go ahead and put my title down. Just real simple, today. And then I've got this little tab that I'm going to put over to the side, and that's actually where I'm going to put my date. But I like that it pulls that pink on that corally pink on top of the dark colors there. And it feels to me like it almost balances, because I've got a heavier pink on the left of the photo, a heavier pink on the right of the photo. But because I have all of that black right in the center, I have some down below, but I feel like it keeps the eye flowing across the layout. So I found these stitches that I had put into my stash, and I decided I'm going to put one over there. I almost wish I had not, and I start to peel it up, and then it's like, oh, no, that's still wet. It's going to come up with the background, so I just leave it as is. But if I had it to do over again, I would either not put that star washi tape down below the photo, or I would have not put the stitches to the left. So I've got these chipboard phrases. Over to the left it says crazy day, a crazy day, and you make me smile. To the below the title, it says real life, and then I'm going to put another one down that says the routine. Excuse me. And up above, I'm going to put remember happy moments and right here. And I'm loving that I'm finally able to get some of these chipboard pieces used. And because they are freckled fawn and they are chipboard, I'm just going to add glue dots back behind them, only because I know that chipboard adhesive, it's not always just freckled fawn. It's always chipboard adhesive, though. It always tends to come loose over time. So I just put the glue dots in to hold it a little more firm. So I put down some puffy sticker embellishments on the 3 clusters. They are cameras. And now I'm going to put some of these chipboard hearts. And they are gold tone, a metallic gold. This layout really is nearly done. I had pulled a lot to the side of things that I thought I would use. And here I'm going to add some butterflies, the glitter butterflies that I punched out with some scraps. I'm going to add 1 to each cluster. And then finally, I think I'll be adding my enamel dots. And so there it is. That's the final layout. Thanks for stopping by today, guys, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.